Hello guys, today I'm gonna share with you recipe that I've been doing for years now. It's a delicious sourdough rye bread. The reason that I want to share this recipe, and I'm doing it for a friend called Hector Sales. He really wanted to learn how to make this bread, and I'm running out of time here, and I know that he has his dear mom visiting him from Brazil, and they probably gonna be too busy. So I decided to record this video, and you can come back to it and perform this bread and bake this bread at home whenever you're ready to do it, Hector. Basically what you're gonna need is some good quality rye flour. So this is a fully is 100% rye sourdough bread, okay? And for a tin that size, we're gonna need 4 cups of good quality rye flour. I will post a link below with a really good source, like the place where I buy my flour from. What else I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need some nuts and seeds, about a cup of nuts and seeds. I normally like to put some wakame on my bread and some chia seeds. Those nuts and seeds, they can be whatever you have available at home really, as long as it makes up to a cup in volume. We're gonna be soaking those nuts overnight and getting it all nice and activated to go into the bread. This bread takes quite a while to make. It takes a long time to make, but the recipe is simple. And I'm not gonna be telling you none of the amounts in here on this video, but all the amounts are on the recipe. In your case, try to follow the recipe precisely and you'll get a good bread. And as you make it more and more, you're gonna start understanding, and you're gonna start like getting how it's supposed to look, and you're probably gonna end up not using measurements as well. But to start, 2 cups of sieved rye flour into a large bowl. Okay, this is just 2 cups. The other 2 cups I'm gonna add in the morning. Right now we're just gonna be making a very watery, sloppy starter called a sponge. Right? So in here I'm gonna add some of my sourdough starter. This is the tricky ingredient to find. You can make that in home, and I also gonna put a link on how to make it, your own sourdough starter. But if you are from New Zealand and if you want me to post to you a little bit of my starter, I'm happy to do it, as long of course you pay for the postage. I can send you a little bit of mine, send me an email or something, and we organize it, okay? Alright, so I'm gonna add some of this starter to this flour. Add a little bit of water. Okay, and I'm gonna just mix it all together. I'm using a wooden spoon here. You can use a spatula. Basically what we're gonna do on the first 8 hours of fermentation is just multiply the sourdough starter, make it very abundant. Okay, so this is done and it's ready to go to a warm place where it can ferment. Okay, it will ferment for 8 to 10 hours. I normally cover with another large bowl, just like this. Okay, and I put in a warm place. A hot water cabinet works like a charm. It's a perfect spot. Or if you don't have one, somewhere higher up in the kitchen, heat rises, and normally near to the ceiling it's the warmer spot. But I would recommend to put in a hot cabinet. Now I'm gonna add about a cup of mixed seeds or nuts. So I have sunflower seeds and some almonds. I'm just using whatever I have in the cabinet so I can travel light. And I'm just gonna add water to it. And this will sit anywhere in the kitchen covered until it's ready to be drained and go into the sponge with the rest of the ingredients. So for now that's it. I come back in the morning and we carry on with this recipe. Good morning, everybody. Nice and early start. Let's check our bread. It's here. Add more flour. 2 cups. 2 cups of flour. Drain the nuts and seeds. Add that to the dough. Little bit of salt. Little bit of oregano. Some smoked paprika. Make sure you smell it, not cayenne. It happened before. Now we're gonna add some chia seeds. Okay, and a little bit of wakame I have left. So I just use that. Give it a good stir, mix everything truly. It's nice to use a strong spoon. And that's ready to ferment for another 6 hours. Alright guys, back from work after 6 hours or so. Let's check it out, how the bread is coming along. Alright, so this is the dough ready to go to the tin. Here's my tin. I normally keep reusing my baking paper, you know, just use it over and over again. I just do little cuts like that in here, and then I just tackle that into my tin, put my bread into the tin using a spatula. Try to be gentle not to break too much of the air bubbles that has already started forming. Right, and then give it a nice tap. Using your wet fingers, just smooth out the top of the bread. Make it nice and smooth. It will look much better like that. Okay. So now, let's grab a plastic bag, like a supermarket bag, and let's place the tin with the bread inside the bag. Tie a loose knot on top that will create a nice humid environment for the bread to prove. Alright? Goes back into the hot water cabinet. You can put it on top just like this, but I give you what I normally do. I put it right on top of the cylinder for this stage. That will prove the bread very nicely right on top. Okay guys, I think now it's time for baking. Let's go check it out, see if the bread has proven for long enough. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. It will keep raising in the oven. See, now here I'm not gonna touch that baking paper. I'm gonna leave it as it is. If I try to peel it like that, you're gonna just ruin the top of your bread. So leave it as it is, and once the bread is baked, then it's gonna just come off very easily, okay? It's nice to just dust some flour over the top, just for aesthetics. So just sprinkle flour. So now we're gonna turn the oven on. The oven must be cold. And I'm gonna put on bake, a no fan bake, just normal bake, 160 degrees. Okay? And I'm gonna just place the bread in the center. And I'm gonna put a timer for an hour and 30 minutes. That's it. Okay, so here's the bread after an hour and a half in the oven. I remove it from the tin, and I want to cut it right away. I want it to develop a nice structure inside. So I will let it rest for 3 hours, wrapped in a clean kitchen cloth. There we go. Alright guys, that's how I make my own dry sourdough bread. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, this video was recorded for you, Hector, especially for you. Thanks for being a great friend, and for all the wisdom shared with me on topics of spirituality and so many other great questions that we have about life. I'm quite sure we're gonna meet again soon enough. And for all the rest of you guys, please, if you have any further question about the process of making this bread, if anything wasn't clear enough for you, just send me an email and I will be happy to just guide you through and answer any of the questions that you may have. If you do like this video, please share it around. I think it's a valuable recipe to share, and hit the like button. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.